All right. We will go ahead and get started um, here this evening. I am Makita Citizen with Southwest Louisiana Credit Union, and tonight we have joining us Ms. Kimberly Heckert of the United Way VITA program, which is the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, and she is going to offer us and everyone on tonight again the information about tips and tricks and tools that will help you prepare as you get ready to file your 2020 taxes. We want to thank you for taking time to join us on this evening and read our emails. And we're glad that you have interest in our seminars and our workshops. This is our second workshop. They are called Smart Money Moves for 2021. And so we are excited to have partners like Ms. Kimberly Heckert and the VITA program to partner with us on exciting, real life topics like taxes on this evening. And so we thank you for your interest. We thank you for being a member, a partner in the community. And we just want to say thanks for joining. And I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Kimberly Heckert, since she's a tax professional, and I'm going to be taking notes while she does her thing. So I'll come in a little bit later. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Kimberly. You can have the floor.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Again, thank you for joining us. I know it's in the afternoon and we're usually got our feet up and just relaxing, but thank you for being participants on this program. I'm going to begin by sharing my screen. I have a PowerPoint presentation just to kind of talk you through the different things regarding taxes, like the earned income tax credit, the standard deductions that they have, child tax credit, education credit that a lot of people, most of our students that are in school and get this 1098T, they don't know what to do with it. And it's actually an education credit that if you are dependent with your parents, that they get credit for you being in school. So I'm gonna go ahead and begin sharing the screen. All right, there we go. So again, this is the United Way of Southwest Louisiana, and we have a program incentive that is the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. And we've been doing this incentive since 2008. And it really surprises me that a lot of our community people don't even know that we really have this program. And I don't know why. It's every year. And so I guess word of mouth is kind of like building the program more and more every year. But it's a free program for our community of citizens who make $57,000 or less. Persons with disability, our limited speaking taxpayers, our elderly seniors who needs assistance because they're on retirement. So why go to a pay preparer and have those taxes done when we offer this program for them? We have IRS certified volunteers to prepare these tax returns. They have to come in to a training, and sometimes it's a 2-day training. A lot of my return volunteers they already go in and get certified. And so we have basic certification and we have advanced certification. I always require for all volunteers that's coming into this program to be advanced certified, because we have a vast more variety of things such as, like our Schedule C, which is some people have a small business. So you need to know how to incorporate their mileage, their business expenses, their licenses, their insurance, any general supplies. So if they were doing just like basic returns, then that would not be considered something that we would able to do. So we do have, and they are qualified, they are certified. They have to pass a test. It's not, oh, we just, sticking them out there. So how much do you have to make the file taxes? That's the biggest question, because some people come and they may have, like our seniors, for example, somebody may have maybe $6,000, $7,000 in wages for the year. They don't have to file their tax return. They don't have to file because they don't even qualify, because your filing status is what qualifies you. And the numbers that you see on the screen right here, that is the income, the minimum income that these individuals would have to have made throughout the year once they receive their W-2 in order to be qualified to file their tax returns. Married, filing jointly, and the spouses are under 65. If they both have a combined household total of 24,800, then they need to file their tax return. Our head of household people, which is, maybe our single parents that are head of the household. And if their income is the minimum 18,650, they have to file a tax return. And it just goes, that number goes up every year. So every year the IRS goes in, the government goes in, and they change that number every year. So the number that you just seen is also equal to what we call the standard deduction. So the IRS has the deduction, which is the portion of your income not subject to taxes. And it reduces your tax bill. What is your tax bill? That's if you owe the IRS. So if you have an income of, say, $48,000 and you are head of household, so your income is actually going to be deducted, and it's called an adjusted gross income. It's going to be deducted by $18,650. So that is based upon your filing status, your age, whether you're disabled, whether you have dependents, just all of those things come into play. So whenever you look at your 1040, like really look at your 1040, because those numbers are there for a reason. So if one number will have on the 1040, it will have your actual wages. If you have 2 or 3 jobs, all those wages is going to be added up. And I think it's going to be like on line 1. But then further down, you're going to see what they call, and it's in bold, so you'll know it when you see it. It'll have standard deduction. So you'll be like, okay, so wait, all of that was reduced. Like, oh, wow. Yes. So, and also too, that kind of helps with people that was saving all their receipts to itemize, and they itemize in mileage and medical bills. And if it do not meet or exceed these numbers that's on the screen, it doesn't help for you to itemize. Now, if you have an abundance of medical bills and other things of that nature, and it surpassed these numbers, then yes, we will sit there and we will itemize every single item that you have and get the most of your money back. Did I say that this program was free? Yeah, I did. Okay. I just like to throw that in because people don't believe it. One lady asked me, true story, she was like, are y'all legit? Yes, we are. Very much so. So the earned income tax credit. So what that is for the low to moderate income workers. You can earn anywhere between $538 to $6,660. Again, everything depends on your filing status and how many children you have. If you don't have any children, your maximum earned income credit that you could get is $538. People think that, okay, well, I don't have any kids, I can't get any of this earned income. Yes, you can, based upon the numbers that you see on the screen. If you're single and head of household, and that is your maximum filing status, the $15,820, your earned income credit will be $538. And it goes all the way up to 3 or more children with the household income of, say you're married filing jointly, $56,844. You could receive up to $6,666. And that's just in credit. That has nothing to do with, oh, this is how much I made. I'm not gonna get this credit, but if you made this dollar amount, because it's for our low to moderate income families. Now, anybody that's making more than that, you're not going to see that they have earned income credit. And another bullet, Louisiana has the highest child poverty rate in the nation, with 28% of all children living below the poverty level. So at the end of the day, our single head of household families, this helps them to offset any, I guess, incidentals that they have. Because I always speak on when I go, because I do a lot of this for our Head Starts. And so we have young, these young parents that come in there and they'll go to these pay preparers and pay $1,000 because they get that rapid, instant loan. And I was like, okay, do you hear what you're saying? I said, that's a loan. A loan starts with service fees, origination fees, processing fees. And I said, all of that is taken away from your benefit of filing your tax return with us and not having to pay that. All that money goes back to you. And I talk on the importance of having a small little savings, because you never know what might happen. We got so many nails out here in the street. I just had to have a tire replaced. Good thing I have a warranty on my tire and I didn't have to pay for it. But, a lot of people have been saying how they had to replace their tires. Well, if you have a small savings and it doesn't have to take away from your paycheck, then you have that as a fallback. And I just, some people just don't get it. And then when they hear it and you say it out loud to them, they was like, oh, really? So
That's like giving away your money, giving away
Right.
some of your tax money.
It is. This is a really true story. I was at Brenna Hunter, and I was talking to the young ladies there, and one of the ladies was just explaining to me and the other parents that were there how, she really needed some extra money, but she wasn't really thinking that it was going to be that much. So the tax preparer, I guess H&R Black, Jackson Hewitt, I don't know which one it was, told her that, oh, you qualify for $3,000. So she said, well, no, I just want 1,000. She said, no, you qualify for 3,000. So she took it. She took the 3,000. And of course, it was $1,000 in fees that was deducted from her original return. So
Wow.
Whatever her state return was, she did not get it, because she was like, I didn't get my state return. I said, because they kept it to pay for those fees. That's just like, I might as well just throw some money away, because
Right.
I want it instantly. Even with us, it's still 2 weeks. We don't offer instant, but it's 2 weeks that you get it. And it's direct deposit if you want direct deposit. It baffles me because I did a little research, and it's the minimum, I think, is like $250 to $300 just to do one W-2. One W-2. So just imagine if you went in there. Right. Just imagine if you went in there with several W-2s, and then I got some interest on my retirement. They process it per form. So,
if you want to throw it away, throw it into an account, a savings account,
Just do that. So the next thing we have is our child tax credit. Okay, so let me tell you about this. So it was the biggest thing with parents that did not receive the dependent child credit for the stimulus. This is why. This screen right here. It is designed to give an income boost to the parents or guardians of children and other dependents. It only applies to dependents who are younger than 17. You get a credit up to $2,000 per dependent, but of course your income level kind of like determines how much you will actually get. So with that being said, I have a 17-year-old, and I'm just using it as an example. I have a 17-year-old home. She's still in high school, and the stimulus came around. Why can't my 17-year-old that's in high school get that additional $500? This is why. And I don't think they really explained to America, the citizens, this is why, but this is the reason why, because of that child tax credit. Because 17 and on up, you're considered a dependent, but you're an adult dependent. So the child and dependent care credit can be worth 20 to 35% of sum of all the dependent care expenses that you pay depending on your income. Child care taxes and all that kind of thing. You know, if you have child care expenses, that helps offset that as well. Students that are in school, I have one. So the American Opportunity Tax Credit is a credit for qualified education expenses paid for an eligible student for their first 4 years of higher education. And they could get the maximum annual income of credit, of $25,000 per eligible student. So there are criteria to that, of course. If you're pursuing a degree at a recognized credited college. No shade to Delta Tech that was once here. That is not accredited college, so they would not have received that education credit. They can, if you're at SWLACU, that's they can receive it. McNeese, so all of those schools that have accreditation, they will receive an education credit. You have to be enrolled at least half-time per academic year, and not have finished your first 4 years of higher education. So you could only claim the American Opportunity Tax Credit 4 times, and that's it. After that, then there's the lifetime credit that they have if you pursue, like I did. I went back to school, got my master's, so I was eligible for the lifetime credit. If you have not claimed it, okay, like I said, for the 4 years. And of course, there's always this little thing at the bottom, you weren't had a drug conviction at the end of the tax year. In the software, it asks all of these questions. And so if one question says yes, it's going to flag it and they won't get that credit. So here are some tips on whether to decide whether you're going to file your taxes or not. Most of us are, in that range of, the general reasons why we're going to file our taxes is our income, our filing status, our age, and if the taxpayer. For example, my godmother is 89 years old. She don't have to file her taxes because all she received is Social Security income, which is not taxable. So she doesn't have to file her taxes. If you look at your taxes that's being withheld, did your employee withheld your federal income tax? I've seen a lot of W-2s that have come to our sites and the employer has not withheld any federal taxes from them. So they don't have to file because they didn't make enough money to have the taxes withheld from their pay. We have to earn income tax credit, the child tax or dependent credit. And that if the parents are other qualifying, if you support a parent or somebody that is disabled, an adult disabled person, that would be considered credit for other dependents. And then of course, you have your education credits, and we just talked about that. About the taxpayers and the spouse and the dependents. So we try to just get the most for our money because there are credits out there and some people don't take advantage of those credits. Again, I could go back to I did a tax talk at SWLACU, and those students actually did not know that 1098-T could get them or their parents some money back. I didn't know what that was. I just had, I said, the school not gonna just send you something and you don't use it. So we have, okay, before I get to this, so let's just talk about the stimulus, because I don't think I have that on the slide. A lot of the citizens did not receive either the $1,200 or from the first stimulus or the second stimulus. Well, now in the software that we have, and I'm sure H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt and any other pay preparers, they have in the software where there's 3 questions that they ask. 1, did you receive the first payment? If you did, how much? 2, if you received a second payment. If you did, how much? 3, if you did not receive it at all. There's a lot of people that has been coming in that has not received it, and it is being applied to their refund. So if you guys know somebody that said that they did not receive any of their stimulus, or they received one of the stimulus and not the second one, they can get it as a refund on their, when they do their taxes. Even some of our senior citizens that just have Social Security, that don't have to file taxes, they could come into any of the tax sites that we have available, and we could file it for them so that they could get their money. Because a lot of them, it didn't go out. And that's unfortunate, because
they just need
need
to
that.
tell you that, right? Whenever they go, they just need to tell you that, hey, I didn't get my stimulus, but I got the first one, I didn't get the second.
Right. And so what we do is, okay, so when they first come into any of the sites, there is what we call an intake form. And so they fill out, and it's 4 pages back and front, and it has all these information, and you have to check yes or no, unsure. And on one of the questions, it has, did you receive the economic stimulus payment? And they're going to either check yes or no. And so then we go through what we call an interview. So we take that yellow paper that they did with their intake, and we interview them. Is this your correct address? Because a lot of people have moved now. And so, okay, so is this the address you want us to use for sending anything, just in case? Because a lot of people was like, I didn't get my check because I changed my address. I didn't get my check because my direct deposit wasn't, I changed banks, or my bank is closed. And the checks went back to the federal government, and they not sending them back out. So what they're doing is, like I said, they're applying it to the refund. But we do an interview with them. And in that interview, so if they have any questions that's unsure, we're going to ask the question, okay, so did you, whatever it is. And so because we have to change every unsure answer to either yes or no. And so I was like, okay, so did you get your stimulus? Well, yeah, I got the 1,200, but I didn't get the 600 yet. Okay. So noted. Whenever I start preparing their tax return and go into the software, I'm going to note they got the 1,200, but they didn't get the second one. And then it applies to their refund. So that's just knowledge that I think a lot of people don't know yet. Then they just was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to get it. And, it's unfortunate but a lot of people don't have direct deposit, and they're relying on the mail. They have moved. Some people don't do a forwarding address. They just up and move. And so that just complicates everything. So hopefully with this, for the ones that did not receive it, that this will, kind of help. We will start transmitting all tax returns starting tomorrow. We started preparing taxes on January 25th. We had plenty of appointments at the sites that we have, and I'm just going to go ahead and click. Well, that's another slide. So we have several sites that they can make appointments to come to, and the IRS just kind of pushed everything back to electronically filing to February 12th, because they were trying to push out that first part of that $600 stimulus, which, a lot of people that are coming in say, well, I didn't get it. I didn't get it, even though they pushed the date back, but they can't get it on there. So whenever you come to any tax site, preferably one of mine, you will need your W-2s. You have 1099s, 1098s, and the 1444, which is the CARES Act notice that you receive stating that I received this $1,200 or I received the $600. Some people that I know got the letter but didn't get the money. I've had that question asked. Well, I got that notice, but I didn't get no money. Okay, well, if you didn't get it and you're being honest, because I can't say whether you got it or not, then we're going to apply it to that. Photo ID for you and your spouse, if you have one, if you're filing jointly. Social Security cards. Social Security cards is your identity. A lot of people come in and they say, well, I know my number. I know mine too, but I don't know you, you don't know me, and I need to see that card that verifies this is who you are. This is Kimberly Heckert. This is, and it matches your driver's license. Like some people's don't, but we still have to go by what is on their Social Security because that's their identity. If you have childcare information, if you want direct deposit, avoided check. Sometimes, okay, so checks are expensive. So if you have your checkbook with you, just show me your checkbook and I'm gonna just put the number on there. You don't have to tear it out and void check. Checks are not cheap. So if you have a 1095-A, so 1095-A is your insurance form. You have an A, a B, and a C. 1095-A is if you purchase insurance, and it says the marketplace, and people don't know what that is. That is the Obamacare insurance. So if you purchase insurance through that, then you're going to be sent a 1095-A, and it's going to have premium numbers, the premiums on there. And so then that kind of offsets some of your refund if you have to pay back, because some people make a little bit more, a little bit less, and then you are credited throughout the year based upon your income. If your income changes or it increases, then some of that you'll have to pay back once you get a 1095-A. The B and the C is the from Medicaid and from your employer. We really don't have to see that. The only thing we have to see is if you have a 1095-A. And last year tax returns if you have it, because it kind of helps. We do have a question embedded in the software, and it states, were you affected by the natural disasters that happened in your state? Yes or no? And if so, if you have last year's tax return, we're going to go by what your wages was, because a lot of people were laid off, and so they didn't make the money that they should have made in 2020. So we need to have the last year tax returns. But if you came to any of our sites, we could always pull it up and plug it into that number. What it is, it has really helped some of our clients. Refund is increased based upon what they made, their wages from the prior year, and what they made now. And so once we plug that in, I had one lady refund go up to $9,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Kimberly, not to cut you off, but since you're speaking about hurricane and income and that kind of thing, Mr. Gary has a question here in our chat box. And so he wants to know, is there any information on hurricane deductions or credits?
Okay, so right now the forms, and I think it's 4684. Don't quote me on that number because I'll have to look it up. They have not updated that form yet. See, what happens is the president declared the area a natural disaster, but federal have not declared it a qualified disaster. See, in our software, it is still showing, were you affected by Hurricane Rita or Katrina? That question is still embedded into the software until they say that Louisiana has been qualified disaster area. We can't do nothing about it right now. So I would not rush if you had a lot of damage to your home or anything, and you want to claim that because you didn't get everything from the insurance. I would just wait, and I would always check the IRS website just to see when, and I wish I knew what the form number was, because I seen it today because somebody asked me about it and I really forgot the number. But that form has not been released yet, and we have not been declared a qualified disaster area.
Well, hopefully that'll change here soon.
Hopefully, yes, soon. Let's see. So this slide is just like our sites that we have because of the disasters. We lost a lot of sites. We had one in Cameron Parish, of course, you know, that took a big hit. We were at McNeese, we were at SWLACU. So we were at a lot of places. We were in Benton, and we were in Iowa. So we just don't have that flexibility. And then my volunteers are limited because a lot of everybody is still displaced. So we are actually like full-time at the Calcasieu Parish Police Bureau. They're allowing us to, we've always been there, but we're now in the annex part of it. It is so COVID friendly there. We have odor ban, we have masks, we have, we do cleaning after each client. My volunteers I have there, they're really on it. They do temperature checks. We are all spaced apart from one another. I had 2 clients come there this week and said, wow, I really feel safe in here. I said, thank you, because that was my goal. That was my goal, for you to walk in here and not feel like, oh my God, I can't touch nothing. I can't do this. But, you know, we make sure everything is clean, spray down, wipe down after each client.
Very good.
And I think
Thank
the
you for
next
sharing that.
slide will be, okay, so these are our important tax dates. Again, like I said, we started prep on January 25th. They pushed electronically filing back to February 12th. So tomorrow, I will be really busy along with some of my volunteers going back into the system. We have to go back and we have to review to make sure that there were no changes, because Congress was making these different tax laws. So make sure that it didn't affect their refund that they were getting, if they were getting one, or any changes to their tax return. The deadline is still April 15th because they pushed it back by to February 12th. They're still saying that your taxes, if you have to pay, is due by April 15th, as well as the state. The state is May 15th. It is best to file your taxes together if you, and it's only because in our system, we file them together. But I've had some people say, well, I just want to file my federal. I don't want to file state. You know why I don't want to file state? Because I owe the state. I don't want to file it right now. But it's best to just go ahead and file it together. You could always get an extension once your taxes have been accepted and approved with the IRS and our state treasury. All right, so any questions? We have some questions in the chat box.
So there's a chat box below on your screen or whatever device you're viewing us on. If you have a question that you think we can help you answer, or Miss Kimberly can help you answer, please type it in the chat box, and we'll do our best to get you an answer while we have a tax professional on. And you're not being charged to get these answers. So anytime it's free, let's get this good free information. So feel free to type a question or comment if you would like there in the chat box. And again, we will try to get it answered for you. Oh, how do we make appointments?
Oh, great question. Oh, okay. So all you have to do is dial 211.
Whoa, how simple
Our
is that?
Louisiana 211 system, our operators are the ones that are taking all of the appointments. And if you have any questions about where the locations are, they'll be able to help you. Let me back up and say, on Mondays at the Calcasieu Parish Police Bureau, where we're at, located 2000 Mullen Street. On Mondays, it's actually our drop-off pickup day. So what the drop-off pickup is it's you have a 30-minute appointment. You come in, you do that intake form that I was telling you about. We will scan your documents. We will review everything just to make sure everything is orderly fashion. And then we assign your tax return to one of my virtual preparers that I have. And then you're gone.
Wow.
And then you come back the next Monday, or well, I mean, it just depends. Either we do it the following Monday or the Friday, and they just come and pick their paperwork up. So you spend in very little time with us.
That's really convenient.
Mm-hmm.
We have another question.
Okay.
It says, my daughter received a statement from college for her refunds. I claim her as my dependent. Do I have to add this to my income or hers?
What is it that she received?
She says it's for her refund. So I guess it's showing what she may have received from her financial aid refunds, maybe how
No,
much.
you don't have to claim that. No. That's just extra money that was on that she had. And once you guys accept whatever loan or Pell Grant that you receive, and if all the money was not used, then it's just a refund that comes back to you. So there's nothing to claim for that.
Okay, she's saying she received a statement. So
What
sounds
is
like.
this? What does the statement say? And if you don't want to answer now, you could always call me. I'll be at the office tomorrow. My number is 433-1088, and I could answer, that question for you.
She's saying it's a 1099.
It's a 1099 miscellaneous.
Let's see. Okay, I'll wait for her to
Okay.
chime back in. So, and they want you to repeat your phone number, and we have another question I'm gonna go back to. So
Okay.
repeat the phone number.
Okay. The phone number is 433-1088. And I'm normally in the office on Fridays. Monday through Thursday, I am at the tax site, but my email is connected to my voicemail. And if you call the office and leave a voicemail, I could always check it from my email.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go back to Ms. Jones's question about the refund. Someone asked, where do we go to get it done while we sit and wait? Where do we go to get it done while we sit and wait?
So the in-person, is that what she's asking? Like the in-person? Yeah, okay. So though right here. These are the tax sites that we have. Let's see. These are the sites that we have available right now. And all you have to do is call 211 to make an appointment. So we have the Quincy Library, we have if you're in DeRidder, we have a Burgard Parish, Sulphur Regional, Calcasieu Parish Police Bureau, which is 2000 Moulin Street, the American Post Legion 1. They are every other Friday. So right now they're pretty booked. And we have the Assist Agency in Jennings. Your best bet, if you are in, say, Lake Charles, would be to make an appointment and say that you want, when you call 211, that you want to go to the Calcasieu Parish Police Bureau.
Miss Kimberly, can you repeat the phone number you said for the 433?
1088.
I'm going to put it here in the 433. Okay. And then to back up to the question about the refund, it's a 10, she said it's a 1098T. 1098T as in Tom.
Okay. Yes. That is actually what I was just talking about. That is tuition. So there should be a number in box 1 and maybe another number off to the side. Like, say, for example, she got some grants and scholarships. If you see that box have, she said yes.
Yes, she says it's unused scholarship.
Okay. Yes, you're going to put that on your tax return, not her, because you still claiming her as a dependent.
Yes, she said she claims her as a dependent.
Yes, that is what I was talking about when I said that education tax credit. That's the 1098T, and T is for tuition. And like myself, I have a 1098E, and that's for interest, my student loan interest.
Okay, well, I think that answered that question.
Okay.
We hope it did. If anybody else has another question, I think I addressed all the questions. You're very welcome, Ms. Jones. If anybody else has another question before we end this session tonight, please feel free. Remember, this is a free service. What Ms. Kimberly is talking to us about, and it's free. brought to you by Southwest Louisiana Credit Union and our partnership with the United Way of Southwest Louisiana and the VITA program. So feel free to ask us those questions. Come by the credit union if you once you get your return and you want, or before you get your return, if you want to, start making plans on responsible ways to use your income tax, or what are responsible ways to put it to good use. Come by and talk to us at the credit union. It's free to get information. We are all certified financial counselors. We'll be happy to sit with you and answer those questions for you. Get you set up with a savings account, maybe for emergency expenses. Help you decide on, what bills to pay off to help you boost your credit. We'll be happy to sit with you and make good use of your of any income tax return that you may be getting. So someone asked, when will our next meeting be? Hopefully next month. If you're pertaining to Southwest Louisiana Credit Union and our exciting Zoom webinars. Next month, the month of March, we'll have something. I got to get my wheels going to see what our exciting topic will be. But we're very grateful for partners like the United Way and Ms. Kimberly Heckard with the VITA program to spend time with us, to give us, to be the authority on topics like taxes. So, we want to bring you more exciting information. If you have a topic that you are interested in learning about, feel free to drop that in the chat box. And I invite anyone that's on to invite you to drop that information. If it's something you want us to speak on, or get someone to speak on, an authority to speak on, please let us know. We want to bring you the information that you want to hear. Yes, thank you for attending. Thank you for everyone for spending time with us this evening and letting us bring you this important information on tax tips and tools to help you as you prepare for your to file your 2020 tax return. And if there are no other questions, Ms. Kimberly, I want to say thank you for being a partner with Southwest Louisiana Credit Union and for spending your evening with us and providing your contact information so that our members and friends of the community know where to contact you and where to find you so that they can take advantage of this exciting and free service offered.
Thank you. Free.
In this community. So if there are no other questions, you guys, we're going to say thank you from Southwest Louisiana Credit Union, and on behalf of United Way and the VITA program, thank you for joining us on tonight, and we look forward to joining you again via this great platform Zoom to bring you another exciting webinar here next month. So feel free to, like I said, leave any other comments. We'll be able to go back and read them and reach out to you. Come by and see us at our McNeese branch location, located at 2255 East McNeese Street here in Lake Charles. We have our Sulphur location as well at 101 South North City Service Highway in Sulphur, Louisiana, on the corner of City Service and Maplewood. They can help you out. Everyone in there is a certified financial counselor. Feel free to go in. We're going to have this Zoom webinar uploaded to our website here soon and our Facebook. Check your email. We'll be sending you more exciting things. So on behalf of Southwest Louisiana Credit Union, we're going to sign out. Have a great evening and good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.